Why Marvel Phase 4 and 5 is bad? The answer is saturation. The saturation of superhero movies can be attributed to a combination of factors that have developed over time. Initially, the massive success of films like Iron Man and The Dark Knight propelled the genre, leading studios to heavily invest in it. The profitability of these films, with a loyal and engaged fan base, led studios to capitalize on the financial success, resulting in an increasing number of superhero films being produced and released annually. However, this proliferation has also led to a scarcity of originality. Over time, many critics and viewers have argued that the genre is suffering from a lack of creativity, with repetitive and predictable origin stories, conflicts, and epic battles. The famous Marvel formula. Studios, concerned about financial returns, choose to follow a standard narrative structure, limiting creative risk and resulting in a sense of stagnation and lack of innovation. This is how Phase 4 and 5 of Marvel start to become bad. Welcome to Nerd Insights, your daily news channel. Therefore, it is important that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel with the notification bell activated to receive new updates every day. I want to ask you a question. Do you know the main difference between the Avengers in 2012 and She-Hulk? The Avengers in 2012 had a budget of $200 million, while She-Hulk had a budget of $225 million. On one hand, we have one of the best and most profitable movies in the world, and on the other hand, we have one of the worst superhero works ever created, which managed to spend even more. That's saturation. We are saturated with jokes and silly moments all the time. While I was writing this script, I saw news in which Captain Marvel actress Brie Larson said that the Marvels will be full of fun and silly moments. The movie hasn't even been released yet, and it's already one of the worst of all time. Everyone knows it's going to be bad. We went from a phase where all the movies were good to a phase where all the movies are bad. We are in the middle of Phase 5 of Marvel, and we know it's going to be just as bad as Phase 4. Do you remember when we used to be excited for the next Marvel movies because they all connected, were wonderful, and left us craving for more? Now, it makes you want to cry because we know it's going to be bad. Very childish, forced social inclusion, and above all, joke after joke. A movie full of jokes worked in Thor Ragnarok, but now it's jokes in every series and every movie, all the time. It's saturated. The 10-year-old who watched Iron Man in 2008 is now 25 years old. They don't want to see a silly Thor and Hulk. The people who complain the most about Phase 4 and 5 of Marvel being bad are the ones who have followed it from the beginning. Seeing what Marvel is becoming is sad. It's saturated. The saturation also plays a significant role in audience fatigue. Like any cultural trend, the audience can eventually become saturated with a particular genre. The constant flood of superhero movies in recent years may have led to fatigue, where people lose interest and excitement for the genre. Access to other forms of entertainment, such as streaming series and video games, also contributes to the diminished exclusive appeal of superhero movies. The overload of releases is also a significant factor. With the frequency at which superhero movies are released, viewers can feel overwhelmed and unable to keep up with all the releases. This results in a divided viewer base among various franchises and individual films, which can affect the success and impact of each of them. For example, the entire Phase 4 of Marvel is bad. But do you remember all of them? What happened in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier? What about Moon Knight? I didn't even remember it existed. Although superhero movie saturation presents challenges, there are opportunities for innovation and renewal. Studios can seek creative approaches, such as diversifying the cast, developing more complex stories, and exploring different genres within the superhero universe. The challenge lies in finding a balance between meeting audience demand and providing fresh and original content to avoid genre stagnation. I could spend hours here pointing out errors and complaining about the productions, but the main reason that answers the question of why Phase 4 and 5 of Marvel is bad is saturation. In this channel, we have videos every day, and I rely on your likes and subscriptions to continue this work of informing you every day. Take care, and until next time.